Good morning and welcome to day 115 on the AT. My name is Mosey and this is rissaroams. Rolling out of the Eckville shelter this morning. Nice little shelter. Has bunks in there. There are trash cans and good water. And there is a flushing toilet. I will say, kind of still feels like you're in a privy, but good sleep last night. Rolling out. The plan is to try and do as many miles today as I can. If that's 20 miles to a tent site, sweet. But I know there are some challenging sections coming up today. So if I don't feel up to it, then we'll do 17.6 to Big Oven Knob Shelter. Water is scarce today. Filled up at the shelter. I'm gonna have to stop by a hostel about halfway, or no, more than halfway, 11 and a half miles into the day to get more water, because that's the only place to get it. And then push on. Hope that there's water at the shelter. There's usually a water cache near where the tent site in 20 miles is, so hoping that is still there. I know I'm behind the bubble, but Mary, I hope you're still putting water out. So we're getting going. I mentioned yesterday I had felt a little sick to my stomach leaving town, and when I ran into Polar, he said him and his whole crew felt the same way. And then ran into Overkill and Orange Man at the shelter. Overkill also felt sick leaving town, so I don't know what's up with Port Clinton, but none of us felt good leaving there. And it is once again a nice chill morning. I actually had my fleece on while I was having my morning coffee today, which was very nice. Got my sleeves rolled down today. It feels so nice. View from Dan's pulpit. All right. I think things just got real. So I'm starting to think that the 17 and a half mile day is a bit more realistic than the 20-mile day. We are now in Rocksylvania. Had quite a few boulder fields. Right now I'm walking on smaller rocks, but they're worse because they're all loose. And so I'm wobbling on most steps, and yeah, just had my foot slide in between a couple and kind of get jabbed, so that's fun. But yeah, I'm doing okay, but it's definitely slowing me down, and I don't know that today is a 20-mile day. I don't think that's gonna happen. View from Balance Rocks. Overkill and Orange Man caught up to me a second ago, and we were talking about how bad the rocks were. I just caught back up to them and said, I'm not going to say anything. And they're like, don't you dare. I was like, but I'm thinking it. Also, when I walked by them, I was like, do I smell Skittles? They're like, yeah. It's sad that I can pinpoint that. Turns out I shouldn't have said anything. I mean, insinuated. The rocks are back. The other day, someone said, you're pretty superstitious. And I said, well, I'm a little stitious. But the trail hears you, man. It knows. It knows. It's like the Hunger Games. It alters. pulled up and saw this. I was really hoping there would be some water here. I don't have to go. The only reason I'm going to the hostel is to get water because there's no water in this stretch. And if this water had, you know, still been here, then I wouldn't have to go there. And like, if I go there, I'm going to buy food because I'm going to feel bad for just taking water. But I need to eat the food that's in my bag. So, yeah, it's all empty and I'm sad. Well, I see why they call it the Lookout Hostel. Wasn't expecting that. Beautiful. All right, leaving the Lookout Hostel, hung out with Legend, Tim, Hillbilly, and then Overkill. An Orange Man came in later. Filled up my water, had a pizza, a Gatorade, and a soda. Now we're back on trail. It's close to 4 p.m., so it's gonna be a late night, but that's part of why I decided to eat something warm there so I could just have my cold lunch for dinner tonight. Also conserve water while I'm out here. So rolling out, it's gonna be a tougher section than the last bit. We've got knife sedge coming up and then bake oven knob, and then hopefully get to the bake oven knob shelter and call it a night. So here we go. Well, glad I saw that before I stepped there. I believe that's a copperhead eating a mouse. Fantastic. All right, I think this is the start of knife sedge. I definitely should not be videoing this, but yeah, knife sedge. So I just came from there. Here's the view. And that's where I have to go. Well, I can say pretty much hands down that is the sketchiest thing I've done on trail so far, and the most difficult. But we made it. We're okay. I'm sure my mom is terrified watching those videos, and I'm very sorry to put you through that, but I did survive. No, it was pretty fun. A little nerve-wracking at times and pretty short. I'd like to do that not with a 30-pound pack full of, you know, 2.7 liters of water, because there's no water in this section. I think it would be a lot more manageable without that trying to kill me. I definitely had to butt scoot at the end to get down, but all right, knife sedge, check. Just realized one of the tips on my trekking poles is missing after that. Cascade Mountain Tech, $20 poles. You did the best you could. So it is currently 6:23, and I still have 2.5 or more miles left to the shelter. Whew, if those boulders keep going, I may be hiking in the dark, and I don't want to do that on these rocks. So that's fun. Oh, today Might be a challenge. Whew. Doing my best to make up some miles right now. I'm booking it. Also, I did fall earlier. Not on a scary bit, just on the regular rocks. I didn't hurt myself. It was the most calm, non-dramatic fall I've probably ever had, but I was turtle shelled there for a minute, trying to figure out how to stand back up. Oh, goodness. So the only thing I knew about bake oven knob was what Turtle Toe and Taco Cat told me the other day. Turtle Toe has some negative opinions on Pennsylvania, and when she climbed this, she said Pennsylvania just looks at a pile of rocks, gives it a name, and calls it a tourist attraction. Let's see what this is all about. I didn't go to the main viewpoint because your girl is chasing daylight and has had plenty of rocks today, but there's a little taste. Can I just say I liked Knife's Edge better than Bake Oven Knob. This is ridiculous and very poorly blazed. Whew. Very thankful that Orange Man and Overkill were there when I was descending Bake Oven to give me some pointers and help route me, because that was freaking wild. Yeah. Knife's Edge was kind of fun. That was less fun.